You could be the best chef in the world and you could still be closed in 6 months. It's not about quality, it's about the guest.
It's about what people want. It's like social media. You got to post what people want to see.
Yeah. Food for me is how I learned to communicate with people. Family, friends, people I don't know.
When somebody tells me like, your food's tasty and it sounds arrogant, but I'm like, I know. How do you navigate your ego there?
If I put a dish in the middle of the room and you like it, and you hate it, it's okay, that's 2 out of 3. If everyone doesn't like it, then there's a problem, there's a concern.
We know we can cook.
The dinner itself is the easy part.
It's just for us to just show off.
Building a career in this industry. What's the path here?
The biggest thing, what makes people stick to something or not even want to start is that
The Gents are back. Chefs Romain Avril, Gianlucca Ruggieri, and Wallace Wong talk business, content creation, the realities of the hospitality industry, and mental health.
When I saw that photo you posted of yourself as a bodybuilder, for a second I had to do a double take, like, wait, is that you?
There's no money in the world that would ever let me do what this guy does. I love food too much. There's no way. I can't do that.
to be at that level of like competition, it's routine.
It's so easy to find an excuse. If you want to feel better, you have to make the choice, schedule it.
You're also creators. Do you find that there's new pressure? Oh yeah, it's all time. What's the line between you've given it your all and now you're just banging your head against a losing goal?
For me, it's like,
We find it very interesting that the majority of you who watch and listen to this show aren't yet subscribed to our channels across Spotify, Apple, YouTube. It would mean the world to us if you can do us that small kindness. It allows us to continue to bring on amazing guests week after week and continue to provide you with amazing value and content. It's the only thing we'll ever ask of you. If you can hit that follow or subscribe button, it would mean the world to us. Thank you so much and enjoy the episode. When I saw that photo you posted of yourself as a bodybuilder, like when you were in competition, I for a second I had to do a double take, like, wait, is that you? Or is that someone else that you aspire to be like?
Sean Wallace.
Yeah. And I looked at it again, I was just like, damn, like what did it take for you to like get to that level?
I was like, that was like a good part of my like 20s. Like it was like 6 years of competing.
Yeah.
It was a lot. It was a lot, but it was fun. It was so fun.
Fun.
100%.
Interesting.
100%.
You didn't find it grueling? The food, the nutrition, the constant training?
No, not at all.
And you want to do it again?
I would do it immediately if I could, if my lifestyle allowed for it again. Like to be at that level of like competition, blah, 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 blah. It's routine.
Yeah.
My life's not routine at the moment. There's no routine. It's
chaos. Well, we were
sense.
talking about that the last time you were on too. Just like trying to get back into physical shape and improve the mental health and all that stuff. But there's so much happening all the time.
There's too much. I mean, there's got to be a balance. There's no money in the world that would ever let me do what this guy does or what he did, just because I love food too much.
Yeah.
There's no way. I can't do that. But yeah, it's routine. We said that.
Yeah.
But I mean, we can all do it if we want.
Are you?
I am now.
Yeah.
I like to say I am. But I make it more of a lifestyle. Like, I don't want to say I'm on this routine, I'm on this diet, I'm on this workout plan. Like, my lifestyle now is eating healthy, working out 4 times a week, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just doing what works for you within your lifestyle, but also sustainability. I know
For sure.
we talked about that too. Just like, how do you balance stuff that fits into what you're doing without it feeling like a chore to the point where you're like, I'm out, I'm not doing it anymore.
Yeah, I think you just have to like make it a routine. I think you have to make the choice that if you're going to feel better, that you're going to have to find times and schedule it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like it's another meeting.
Yeah.
So you know, like today I was like, I'm going to go boxing. I can do at 10 a.m. That leaves me enough time to come home, shower, come here after.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to be able to do my workout, but I'm going to try to push it to tomorrow. If not today, tomorrow. But at the end of the week, I have like you say, 4 workouts, whatever I have to do. I'm going to find a way during the week to make it happen. If it's not today, it's tomorrow, but I'm accountable to myself. By Sunday night, all the calories have been checked off. All the workout have been checked off.
Yeah.
Like all the steps have been checked out. And it becomes a habit, like you said, you know what I mean? And it's so easy to find an excuse. It's so easy, you know what I mean? But I mean, personally, I've made the choice that I will no longer find excuses because I did for so long.
No. We were talking right before we started rolling about how you have this rule, like never miss 2 days in a row, because then that creates a habit in the wrong direction.
Yeah, it's been something that I've been like implementing at least this year. Like for me, it's like, what do I want to do 2026 to make maybe things different, right? So in like nothing like crazy big and like so obnoxious, but it's like very small. Whatever it is I want to do, one day is okay because life happens, you know? Life happens, things happen. But 2 days is not allowed because 2 days becomes a routine and a habit. And that's what starts everything going on. And so for me, it's been very, very cool. It's like small, whatever it is, whether it's like work, fitness, content, you know, anything like that. But even going back to like sort of what we're all talking about, like routines and everything and like competing or even just getting into shape, as someone who's coached people, as someone who's competed, the biggest thing, and I find that what makes people stick to something or not even want to start, is that your why has to be important enough. It's like, I have a friend who's he's a new dad, right? And he's not in the best shape ever. But because he was not in the best shape ever, his reason now is because I want to play with my kid. I'm winded chasing after my kid, and I don't want to do that. I want to be able to whip him around. I want to be able to, you know, do the whole little carousel thing with him. And he's like, I can't right now. So that's why I work out.
It's a good reason.
It's a great
It's a good why.
Any
Yeah,
goals.
Yeah.
As long as you have a why, that's the important. Mine was, ironically, it's I hate losing. Like, I hate
We all.
like, dude, you don't, no, but hear me out, guys.
He's
It's
like, tell me more.
it's like, yo,
I think at that
listen,
table we have that in common.
right? It's like, the worst part about competing is when you're losing, it's subjective. It's like food, very subjective, right?
Yeah.
But you're on a stage with a bunch of other naked men, essentially, with like a Speedo, and then being like, he looks
Oiled
better
up
than you,
and-
he's not better than you, you're fatter than him, or you're more muscular. And like, that to me is like, I would never want that. So it's like, for instance, when we're like competing, and like for me, conditioning was one of the biggest things that I was kind of known for. One of my like better attributes was because I'm like, I would never want to be like, man, you lost because you took a bite of that Oreo at 4 weeks out, or like you missed that like extra 5 minutes that you could have gone. That's your fault now. And I'm like, damn, right? That's all. It's all on you. It's all on you. Like, no one told you to eat that Oreo. No one told you to press stop on that treadmill. But yeah, competitive as hell.
You touched on a little piece there about, you know, food is subjective. And now I gotta ask, because I got chefs here. Welcome back, gents. But you've got a scenario where you can be at the top of your craft in terms of like you're performing at your personal best. You've now achieved another level, and you make something for someone who comes in, tries it, and goes, how do you deal with that? Because in your mind, you're like, I killed that. I fucking made that dish, and it's incredible. But that one piece of shit was like, this is awful. I don't like it. Send it back, whatever. How do you navigate your ego there?
That's the thing. You don't. I think, you know, there used to be a part of my life where I would care what somebody think, to a point that I was just like, you know what? I know it's delicious. When somebody tells me like, your food's tasty, and it sounds arrogant, but I'm like, I know. Not I know because I'm incredible. I know because we've done everything that we could to make it delicious.
Right.
So, and after that, I think the day I stopped caring about reviews is the day I got 2 reviews back to back. One saying that I should be fired for being the worst chef in the world. And the one after was like, I'm God's gift to the world and my food is incredible. And I was like, all right, neither of those are true. So if I actually care about that, I'm gonna always fail. So to me, I found my ego and I find my reward somewhere else. It's like, one of my staff is now a chef and he takes some of my advices in his own craft. That's what will make me happy. That you tell me my food is delicious, quite frankly, I don't care.
I mean, if I put a dish in the middle of the room and you like it, and you hate it, it's okay. That's 2 out of 3. If everyone doesn't like it, then there's a problem. There's a concern. Like if there's one person that doesn't like, I hate beets. You guys like beets? Do you like beets?
Yeah,
Love them.
I
Like
do.
beets?
Yeah.
Okay. This doesn't mean that beets are disgusting because I don't like them.
Right.
If we all hated beets, okay, maybe they're not the best thing in the world. So that's my approach. If one person doesn't like it, whatever. 2 people don't like it.
And it repeats.
Okay, that's concerning. 3 people don't like it. Okay, let me change it. Let me do something about it.
Yeah.
There's probably like something actually wrong with the dish.
Right.
So maybe they're right, maybe they're wrong. But it's up to me. Like, do I want to make it better for them, or do I want to make it better for me?
Yeah. And I was asking that question because I think that there's a lesson in there for other parts of your lives and other parts of anyone's lives. If you know, you do something and you don't get the response you like. I mean, you're also creators, so when you put out a piece of content and it doesn't resonate, you know, there's a little bit of self, you know, like, you know, like, man, what did I do wrong? Yeah. But sometimes it's not even you, right? Like, it has nothing to do with you.
Most times.
Most times, absolutely. It could be just the people that normally like your content and engage with it are away, or something else more important in the world is happening at the moment, and people's minds are distracted. So how do you parcel out that lesson of, you know what, there's a difference between when it is me and when it's not me? How do you find that balance, and how do you apply that to other parts of your lives? Who wants to take this?
I think like when Gianluca was saying, he's like, if one person doesn't like it out of the 4, that's fine, right? But if everybody doesn't like it, there's an issue. I think with content, it's like, you know, one video doesn't pop, it's okay, right? If you've been working on it, been doing this thing for like a good solid, you've given it like a go, like you've genuinely like given it effort, tried, and put like 3, even 6 months in, right? And nothing's working. That's when you're like, hey, maybe I should change things. Maybe things aren't working.
True.
But most people don't go that hard for 3 months, 6 months. They go for 3 weeks and then be like, everything's not working.
Yeah.
Or like I'm shit. Or like everybody else just hates my stuff, right? I love using the analogy as like shoot or shoot, or like you missed a shot, you know, 100% of the shots you don't take. And I think you take it where it's like, if a piece of content doesn't pop, doesn't hit, as long as it doesn't stop you from putting that next one, because that next one could be the one that hits. Same as when we serve a dish to a guest. Go into our earlier conversation, we serve beets to somebody. This person might not love beets, so it's a bad one. But the next customer that comes in might love beets, and it's this favorite food ever, and suddenly like you going back, you're God, right? It's very, very that, and it's like you just keep shooting, you just keep going, right? Kobe's 81 points. No one knows about how many shots he took that night, but everybody remembers 81.
How many shots did he take? Do you know?
I don't care. It's 81. You know, that's what I'm saying, right? I learned that I get this like saying from someone that it's like, you know what solves every problem? Or especially from an athlete's perspective, is winning. It doesn't matter what you do, as long as you win. That solves all the questions.
Yeah, you overlook all the other
exactly.
stuff.
Yeah, and you'll forget. The
Bingo.
second you have one video that does well, you forgot about the last 5 that didn't do good,
Yeah,
right?
that's
So
true.
it's the mindset of the winning team, right? It's like when you keep losing everything, you ask yourself all the question. It's also it's not just you and people. There's also the machine. Like, you're also playing against an algorithm. You're playing against everything that's happening in the world, like you mentioned. So you can't really take it personally.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and I agree with Wallace. Sometimes, like, I look back on my content and I'm like, well, like I do series and in work, and I'm like, oh, well, people just didn't want to see that. I'm like, no, you know what? Like, I could have done it shorter. It could have been like paced differently or whatever. So there is definitely sometimes a question when you go back, but to me, it's not in a moment. It's after a while, because if you are still dealing with the emotion of that video didn't do well, I think that's when you're going to overthink. Let it be. And something I think I had told you before, but one thing I do is I never film and post right away.
Okay.
I would film and I would let the emotion of, it was hot, or, you know what I mean, because I turned the AC off, or I was in a bad mood that day, or whatever happened. It was such a long shoot. So there's still like raw emotions associated to this video. If I post it tomorrow, I still have that very present in me. So if it doesn't do well, everything that happened that day are very raw and they're going to affect my mood. If I let pass a week, 2 weeks, I don't remember the day I don't remember that when I shot that video. Maybe that was like 2 months ago or like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
When I post it, there's no affiliation to how I felt that day.
Right.
So whether it do good or bad, I'm just like, it didn't do well. but at least I'm not like adding more to the context in it, and I don't suffer mentally as much as I would have, which I had done 2 years ago. I was a series was like shooting, posting, and it flopped, and I stopped creating. I was just like, I'm done with this. I'm burnt out because there was way too much raw emotions that were associated to each video, whether they were doing decently. Now I looked at them at doing bad because I still feel like too involved, like too emotionally present in that video. I feel like I'm feeling the pain in every second when I'm seeing it.
How about you?
What's the question again? I got confused. I got.
You were really deep into listening.
I was just listening. I was just admiring these gents here.
As you're creating the content. Now I forgot the question too.
See?
As
what it is?
as you're creating the content, parceling out the emotions, and yeah, I've lost the question altogether. Thank you very much.
Here, let me sum this up, Jeff.
Please do that. Please do that.
How do you deal with when a video flops?
I don't care. I don't
genuinely
care. That's
don't
not
care?
true. This is bullshit.
Yeah.
No. I mean, we all have a good following.
Hey.
So we've all went through that phase of up and down, up and down, up and down. And we've all learned that algorithm, this word that everyone likes to use, or however social media works today, like you're going to have moments where your videos go up, your following goes up, and then you're going to have moments when they go down. I will have a streak of videos that do millions of views, 100,000 of views, whatever. And then I'll have videos that, here's an example. I started this new series, 3 Ingredient Wonder. My first 2 videos did 1 million one and 1.5 the other one. My next 3 videos didn't go above 100K. So if you think about numbers wise, that's a failure. But then the next one went back up. The next 3 went back down. So I think it's for us that we're in the social media again. We know how it works. We're aware of the fact that there are going to be ups and downs.
Was there a difference between the videos?
It was the same series. It was different recipes.
Okay.
So yeah, the recipe might be different. The ingredients, whatever. I mean, the concept's always the same. So I would assume, okay, the first ones did well. The second,
there
third,
wouldn't be
and
such
fourth,
a drastic.
It was kind of a drastic thing.
Yeah.
Massive.
But again, pretty massive. Like it's
90%
90% more, 90% more or less. But yeah, at least for me personally, I'm just aware of the fact that I got to the point I am today, social media speaking, because I continued to push. I continued pushing content, making sure the next video is better than the one before. And then at the end of the day, like a good video is going to go around the world because it's a good video. Algorithm aside, comments, like shares aside, like if you make a good fucking video, it's going to go around.
Yeah. That's what it always seems to come back to. Everyone I speak to is like, listen, at the end of the day, the quality of the content is going to dictate the results.
Big time.
Not how you feel, not even the size of your following these days. It's the quality of the video. Like I see in my feed when I'm scrolling and something pops up random, like, wow, this was a really good video. I go on the person's profile. It's like they started the page 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, so the algorithm has shifted now. And I think I'm sharing this because I want folks who are listening and watching who are hesitant to like get into this, but they're really passionate about something. They want to share it with the world. And they're just afraid of like, I'm starting new. And in full disclosure, I'm starting a new project and I'm like, I've been sitting on a video and I'm like, man, do I release it? What are people going to think?
Just throw it out.
I know.
You're not going to get better
like,
unless you actually post. Like,
and I keep over tweaking.
We all had a journey. It's a journey. Like our content was trash when we started.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like everything, like with our food, with our health journey, with everything, you have to start to get better at it.
Yeah.
So if you don't start, you're never going to get better.
And you are going to look at that video in a few months and think it's trash.
Yeah.
Oh, probably.
Because in
you
a few
evolved.
months, it's going to get better. And
Yeah,
better. I was watching a video. Was it with you? No, I think I did a video with Dwight.
Okay.
And it was an oxtail gnocchi video. And I had just got a new camera. I thought it was so cool. Like, oh my God, look at the quality. It was the Nikon Z30. Now I upgraded to the Z6 III.
Okay.
So like night and not even day, like next fucking universe. But at the time it was amazing. Now I look at it, I was like, damn, bro, that's bad. But again, in a year, the stuff I posted today, I hope not to think the same thing because I think it's good now. But like,
that's the thing. I think that at some point you could plateau, not because you're not getting better, it's because you're also like, if your content is really good, it's really good. Yeah. Don't change what's not broken either.
True.
And don't try to like force it, because then people will see it.
Yeah.
As long as you stay yourself and then you still post high quality and the food tastes good and the video is of quality.
Yeah.
like there's only so much you can do. I mean, you're not gonna buy like a red and then spending like 50K on the camera. You know what I mean? Like, you're not Hollywood. So I mean, you're already pretty high in quality of content as
Big time.
Right?
Well,
So,
you said you said food in there.
yeah.
And it brings me back to this idea that as creators who've grown platforms centered around food, do you find that there's new pressure on you to produce food quality above and beyond because you almost have this image to maintain?
I feel like it's the opposite, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree.
I feel
Yeah,
like
100%.
How?
yeah.
Please elaborate.
Well, like the more quality, the higher my dishes, the more skilled my dishes are, the less view. Because I think like, oh, this guy is from whatever background. And I'm like, okay, well, my expectation is to put up like Michelin star food on a video, but it doesn't resonate with people. So I have to keep which is even harder because I got to keep my sanity by cooking the way that I cook, but like dim it down because
Especially for you.
realistically, and that's why I'm studying
Especially
a new
for you,
series, which I was supposed to post today, but whatever. And it's like I'm gonna take a meal that resonate with people, and also I'm staying in touch with reality.
Yes.
So I'm telling you to buy caviar, truffle, and foie gras. You're gonna be like, that's fantastic, dude, but like wake up.
Right.
So like the first video I'm posting is a pasta, but not like just a fancy pasta. It's literally like pasta, sausages, and spinach, because it will be like something they can afford.
You got to tailor to the
That's easy to
viewer.
cook. That's one pot. And I'm like, I know we'll still post like my fancier video, but because I need them for myself more than anything else. Of
course.
But at the same time, like we can just do what we want or that reflects our craft, because that doesn't, like, nobody has 25 years of cooking when they are at home and they have an empty fridge.
With caviar just sitting in there.
Like, you know, I have caviar in my freezer, but now because I consume it, because I used it for a gig.
Yeah.
So it's also being realistic with the audience. And realistically, not everybody has either the taste of caviar or the will to buy caviar.
I think for the next time we do this roundtable, we'll just have a thing of caviar in the
I
middle.
agree. Sure. Yeah.
I think that would be really cool.
Yeah.
What about when you're actually cooking for people in a live setting, right? Whether it's in a restaurant or a private gig, do you find that the fact that you've got platforms and social notoriety elevates the pressure on you to deliver beyond what you already apply pressure? I know you guys individually, you apply pressures on yourself. That's just how you're built. But do you find there's an extra layer of pressure because now if someone goes, oh, you know, we hired Wallace to come and do a private gig for this really cool event. Oh, and Wallace has X, he's got the, you know, the cucumber video and it's gone viral and Guinness and A, B, and C. And it's like, now you've got this pressure to like live up to this thing beyond what you would be comfortable in to go and just do your craft.
People want to see you chop the cucumber while you're making
like
dinner. And
listen, any of these, any company that wants me to make salads and whatever, I got you. I can do it fast. Labor short, quick. But I think I'll take this one first because I think it's in my head right now. For me, ironically, I think what I've learned over the years of whether it's TV shows, you know, doing those kind of like cutting demonstrations that are very dangerous or whatever it might be, collabs and dinners. For me, I look at it as not pressure, but the other way, it's a gift. It's the fact of when do you ever have, unless you are sort of reached something or you have some sort of title or some sort of thing that someone looks at you or values for you, that you have the opportunity to actually just wow them, right? Because at that moment, you have two options. Either meet expectations or don't. They're both 50-50. So there's no different, like it's glass half full, glass half empty kind of vibe, right? So like for me, I'm like, damn, I get to be on a TV show. Or wow, I get to have these people come try my food today. Or like, wow, I get to, you know, really, really show somebody knife skills that they've never seen or they can never imagine. Now it's like, it's not pressure. It's like, okay, cool, lock in, let's go. And it's like why like good basketball players or athletes are able to just dominate when the lights are on, right? Because they're like, I'm ready for it. I've been practicing. I've done all this stuff. For all of us as chefs, we know we can cook. We know we did all our mise en place before the event. We know everything is set up. Our stations are good. Now it's just for us to just show off, technically, right? It's really that.
So it's all about the prep.
Yeah, the training.
100%. Mentally,
Big time.
physically, emotionally, prep wise as well. Yeah.
And I think, again, there's a lesson in there for anyone in any industry is that it's 90% prep. It's the work that goes in behind.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
You know, it's not
What
just
people
showing
don't
up
see.
and delivering the presentation,
No.
you know, in the big corporate meeting or whatever. It's, you know, all the work that's gone into rehearsing and preparing for it.
Yeah.
That's just the cherry on top of the cake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the easy part. The dinner itself is the easy part.
That's the funnest. That's the most fun
Yeah,
part.
that's the fun part. That's the
Okay.
fun part.
Eyes closed, yeah.
Exactly. It's good. It's like, I think you will understand these two chefs. It's like I think about it when I used to, whether it's like train chefs, hire chefs, or myself, is the difference between a good chef and a great chef and a horrible chef is just time management and organization.
Absolutely.
When you know you're so prepped, when you know your station,
Nothing
what's in
can
my low
happen.
boy, you know where my sauces are, you know where my backups are, you know all this, you can have like 50 people walking out of nowhere, right? But you'll be able to figure out where everything is because you know you have it. Chefs that aren't organized, can't time management, that's their problem because they start getting flustered. Like, do I have enough of this? Do I not have enough of this? Where's that? And then it's like you have to think. When you prep so hard and you know everything you've done, you're in flow state. And that's that, like we call it the hum of service. It's like this, like you're in this Zen mode and it's what everything is just there. It's a really good
How
spot.
do you guys time manage? How do you learn that skill?
It's experience.
Oh, yeah, it's all time.
I mean, like you don't learn. That's the one thing you won't learn at school because, I mean, in every cooking school I have been to, you cook for 4, 6, 8. It's not realistic. You know what I mean, you go to the restaurant, it's like, oh, we have 500 tonight. I'm like, what? So yeah, it's just something that you have over time, and it is about those. Well, it depends on the environment, but let's say like 8 hours before service to 3 hours based on the establishment you're in. Those are go time, and this is where you have to. It's simple. It's like, what do I have the most of? What do I have the least of? What can I do service with this? Yes. You know what? This is not the first thing I'm gonna prep. So I have half a liter of this. I know I need 2. I'm gonna prep that first. So it's just about it's logic. Honestly, it's just common sense. And one thing I would always tell my guys before service, I was like, I don't care like what's happening today. By 5 p.m. I want every station to be ready for service. Because if you're not ready for service, I can guarantee you we're gonna have like an awful time. And even now with private dining, I'm like, all right, well, I'm off to, on social, I'm off to my whatever, to my dinner. And like, followers would be like, well, like, best of luck. And I know it sounds like super like arrogant, but I was like, I don't need any. And not because like I'm the best in the world, because I've done everything. So I don't need luck because there's nothing that can happen. And of course, like, I don't know, like the gas not working or something like that. But we've taken every possibilities out of the way. So when we show up, even if they have one pan and that's all they have, we're gonna make it work because we already pre-cooked the steak sous vide, because we've done all the cuts and all we need is like a bowl. There's no bowl, it's fine. I use like a plate and I'll mix it in it. You know what I mean? Like we've taken the variables. So the little thing that's gonna happen during service, we're not gonna stress about it because we've got this. And it's not like, it's just experience.
It's preparing yourself for the worst case scenario. Like that's the classic example. How many times have we gone to clients' homes? Oh yeah, we have everything we need. By the way, our oven isn't working and we have a little 8-inch skillet and you got to make like a 8-course meal.
We'll make it work.
So there's that, but there's also all the failure that we've went through.
Of course.
In
That's
our
how you
years.
learn.
In our years. But even with a private dinner, like there's always going to be a lesson to learn into making it better for next time. So I don't know, a little something that I didn't do when I started doing it, for example, is I have a dish on my menu. It's a tenderloin. And I used to sear them, finish them in the oven for service. I was like, okay, I got 15, 16 people. How do I make sure that that works for everyone? Sous vide. Something that is like so obvious for us now wasn't that day. So learn from the mistake, learn from the fact that, okay, I was stressing a little bit out because it didn't work out, or at least it didn't work the way I wanted it. Next time, there's my solution. And then you apply it with everything.
And sorry, what was the solution?
The solution is if you got to make 16 perfect medium rare steaks, you throw them in the sous vide. The sous vide is pretty much
it's in advance.
it's a controlled water bath where you cook the steak, obviously vacuum sealed at a controlled temperature, say 135, 132 if you want to make it medium rare. and then you just sear it on the spot.
Oh,
So I already bring the steaks that are fully cooked, and then you sear them, and then you give them, you put them on people's plates, and you already know they're going to be perfect,
Right.
Because the time before they weren't.
Right.
So you know what to do next time.
And that's where the prep comes in.
That's where the prep comes in, the failure, the knowledge,
Yeah.
and just all the years of learning, and then.
Is there something in your industry that the three of you can relate on that you would want changed? Romain, our conversation was the most recent, and we talked about the way certain individuals will talk to new chefs, aspiring cooks, that kind of thing, and just sort of the general treatment in the kitchen sometimes. Is there anything like that or that you guys want to expand on? I'm curious to hear sort of between the three of you how you see that.
I mean, I'll take this for a second. I've been out of restaurants for some years now.
Okay.
Like, when was the last time you guys worked in a restaurant? Aside from your consulting.
2019.
2019?
That's a while. I want to say like 2016, 2017,
Okay.
something like that.
So 5 to 10 years for all of us, let's say
At
something
least.
like that.
At least,
Like,
yeah.
I don't know what it's like working in a kitchen anymore. What I do know is that I remember when I moved here from Italy, 2019, compared to when I left the restaurants in 2021, something like that, I saw in those 2 years such a shift in the way even the cooks attack work. And the two words to say that is less passion. So I remember how years ago, cooks were way more passionate about what they were doing. Now it's just corporate, HR, work. It's been 8 hours, I'm out of here. You're not going to stay the extra half hour to make sure that that thing is perfectly lined up because my shift is over and I'm done. But at the same time, I mean, I think that was also given by the fact that we were kind of obligated to do that. Like, you had to work those 8, 12 hours in the kitchen, things that I hardly see right now, at least from the conversations I have with people that I know that work in the kitchens. You were kind of obligated to get to a point where, yeah, I'm staying so long, and then I love it and I put in the extra effort, where now it's just, okay, my shift's done. It's over. Someone else is going to take care of it.
It's a very interesting conversation that we're having, because we're all been in that chef era. I look at it in two ways as well, because all of us, we've earned our chops that way. Like, it's like, we used to go in restaurants where it's like, okay, you start at 9, someone's here already at 8:30, and then you're like, shit, I'm late. Then you're like, okay, then I gotta come at 8. Then you go in there and like, oh, someone else is already here at 8 o'clock too. You're like, shit, now I'm still late. And then it becomes this thing where everybody in the kitchen, because everyone's trying to push harder, it comes in. However, it's a good thing because we get better food, all that kind of stuff, right? What's bad is that we end up getting used to
Overworking
for technically, if you want to put it on, it's really just the ego, right? Half of it's ego. Half of it is more and more restaurants are demanding more things for us to do, and we just can't do it in the time. And restaurants aren't willing to pay for those extra times. So it's either you come in early to get yourself done, get all your stuff ready, so that you A, have a really great day, B, or depending on where you work or who you're working around, environments like that, you might get cussed out, right? You might literally get destroyed because you're like, you didn't meet your mise en place, right? And that's unfortunately the environment about kitchens. And I think going back to what Gianlucca was saying was about like, there's not a lot of passion and thing. I think of it in terms of a problem of our industry, that it's slowly getting better, but it was even more amplified, especially during the pandemic, which is, and I say it in general too, it's like, there's no other industry where you go to school, when culinary schools like what, 40K, 50K, right? Depending if you go to CIA, go to all these like Le Cordon Bleu, even more, right? USD stuff. But you come out and you make minimum wage.
Yeah.
And you work more than minimum wage hours. There's no industry that does that. You can go to any regular community college, you can go to any college, university, get an arts degree, come out and be a receptionist at a nice big law firm or a corporation, and you make 50, 60 benefits and all that. And you work 9 to 5. And you have days off.
Is that why the industry suffered so much coming out of the pandemic, where people were like, I just don't want to do this anymore?
That,
Yeah.
and you can't blame the people though. They have so much more options. Would you guys, there's a reason why you're talking to 3 chefs that don't work in kitchens anymore.
Which wasn't planned, by the way. That wasn't part of
You don't
the...
understand? Like, all 3 of us, we worked in kitchens before. We've done the whole thing. We don't work in kitchens anymore, but we still do private chefing, right? We still do our events and stuff, but it's because there's so much other options. Going back to the phone, right? Our content creation. Anybody can take a phone and suddenly shoot something. Doesn't have to be like, you don't have to viral, go pop off and have like millions of followers, right? But you can have like 50K, 20K, whatever, but you can make minimum wage doing videos of whatever you want versus making minimum wage, working 16 hours for somebody else, slaving away, blah, 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 not having holidays and everything.
Would you go back into the kitchen?
No.
There's like things that I miss, but realistically, if I put like plus and minuses, I definitely know where it ends. So I think my body wouldn't survive. You know what I mean? Like I've also
Physical
since I'm
thing.
13, right? So like
Physical thing.
You know, people start their job at like what, 20, 25? I was already in the kitchen at 25. I already had 12 years of experience.
Yeah, same.
Damn.
You know, so at 40, technically you could say I'm 55. My body's 55. So
I remember a time when I was coming out of high school and I got this gig at a restaurant in Toronto. I won't name the restaurant, but it was a nice restaurant, really great food, popular. They've got a number of new restaurants now across the city. I was a busser, and I remember I would come home and from a double shift, and my legs were blue from sweating, and the jeans that I was wearing, like the color just rubbed off onto my skin, and I was like, what the hell is this? And then I also remember thinking every time I looked into the kitchen, because it was open, I'm like, everyone looks miserable in there. Like they look like they hate their jobs, they hate their lives. Even the chef looks unhappy, yelling at people, and I'm like, this is what you want your customers to see? Like I never understood it.
I think that's why also like they are trying to, you know, to go back to passion and hours, I think. And they've been so in France, like it's a 35-hour week. And of course, I was never respected in kitchens. But now, you know, they were like, in food, it was 39 or 40. But now they're like, no, you have to apply those rules. Doesn't matter if you're in hospitality. So they've taken, like, they chose to be like, no, you have to by law, otherwise you'll get fined. So like big palaces like Mission Star. And I believe the Pine in Creemore also does that now and here in Ontario, where to keep the passion alive and to have people still working a 12, 13-hour shift and feel good about it is instead of working that 5 times, you're going to work like 3 days. So they've kept the hours, they just switched the amount. So now you're going to work hard, which you always were, but you're going to get like an extra 2 days off. So now you're working 3 of 4. So you have 4 days to do what you want. So now you're like, wait a second, I'm in the hospitality industry and I have more life than someone who works a 9 to 5 in an office. So I think this is maybe one way we could save the industry and keep the passion up.
1000%.
Is by like give us like, oh wow, I can be a chef and actually get 4 days off. Like I'm not gonna get that anywhere else. Now the problem is this is a lot more staff that you need. Right? So it's like finding ways to make everybody happy. The bottom line of the industry is there's just no money. The margins are so thin. This is why I don't have a restaurant. I've tried 3 times to have my own. And now that I'm a consultant and I'm still doing like cost. I'm costing the dishes. I'm looking at the rent. I'm looking at the P&L. And I'm like, yeah, I'm very happy to consult for them. But I don't want to deal with the stress of making 5% of a bottom line, maybe 0. You know what I mean? While I have staff that I got to take care of, I got suppliers that are like, where's my money? So that's also why I think it's dangerous. Like we all are pretty mental health, like heavy and talking about it. But like if I was a restaurant owner right now, let me tell you, I would have no hair. I don't even know if I'd be alive, quite honestly. I probably would have like a cardiac arrest. And I'm not saying that lightly. I really mean that because I take things very seriously. I'm very passionate and I know this will affect me.
Yeah.
And sadly, it's not just one restaurant, it's every single restaurant, unless you're McDonald's or whatever.
Well, I saw a stat. I don't have the exact number, but it basically it had this ridiculous number of restaurants that were closing.
4,000 next year.
Right.
Yesterday I was reading it.
And I'm just like, that's insane.
Yeah,
that's so many businesses. That's so many restaurants.
9 out of 10 new restaurants will close.
Don't make it.
If you have a restaurant like Bar Isabel that I love, they've been open for 13 years, I think. And they're full every day. This is literally the exception to the rule.
Why? What's the secret sauce there, pun intended, to make a restaurant so viable that you're not worried about making ends meet?
Trust me, for talking to the owner, they are literally waking up every year and be like, wow, I don't even know why. They don't even know why. And don't get me wrong, service is amazing, cocktails are amazing, food is delicious. I've never had an issue at that place. And I've been there like many times.
Yeah.
But with all due respect to them, they're not better than a restaurant that's going to close or that a restaurant that doesn't make any money. It's honestly, they're an exception.
There's so many variables.
There's so many variables. Yeah. And they got like touched by grace. And again, they're doing a fantastic job. Maybe they're taking care of their staff. I don't know them that way. So maybe that goes around too. You know what I mean? Like karma. But at the end of the day, you could be the best chef in the world. And that's where our job is kind of fucked. Pardon my French. But you could be the best chef in the world with the best staff, the best food flown in from wherever. Fish from Japan, like truffle from Italy and France. You know what I mean? Like whatever. And you could still be closed in 6 months because it's not about quality. It's about the guests that will decide your fate.
It's about what people. It's like social media.
It's
like social media.
You get picked.
You got to post what people want to see.
The restaurants, the chefs are literally your accounts.
Yeah.
No difference.
Yeah.
So do you have to, if you're a young chef and you're looking, and young not just by age but by experience, and you're looking at building a career in this industry, what's the path here?
There's a lot of paths.
We literally are proving, I think, that there is.
So
chefs are content.
Well, chefs, like it sounds like you almost have to start creating content. You have to start exploring different avenues.
No.
Can
it
you be a
helps. I'm sure it helps. Look how many restaurants in Toronto that are now doing incredibly well also had the help of being viral on social media. I can name so many.
But that's what I'm asking.
But they also make good food.
Do they, for example, as a consultant, how much of your consulting comes from people being able to just find you online versus if I had zero presence and I was at your skill level and experience and they run a search, consultants, you're going to pop up before I do.
I definitely know it helps, but also I was already like in magazines like for my work before social media. So I already had a reputation of, and also like I've done the work. So like if you look at my resume, I've opened restaurants, so I have the experience.
You've been around, man.
So that plays a lot too, because like I could have like 5 million followers. If I never open a restaurant, don't hire me to open one because I would have no clue what to do.
Right.
So I think it helped me more in terms of awareness for sure, but realistically, how do they know that I've opened restaurants before? How do they go be like, here's like this money and then this is like literally this is sand. In 6 months, it's got to be a restaurant and it's got to be perfect. They have to have done the work to know that I'm capable of it. That being said, I'm sure it helps. But I have like 3 Michelin star chefs that are following me who are extremely successful, and I have like 500,000 followers, and they're doing incredible, and they probably make more money than me. So like I don't think it's everything. I think there's still the path of just being excellent. And being a great chef and owning restaurants. I think there is the social media aspect. I think there is the consulting. There's the private dining, the super clubs, everything you're doing on the back end too with like helping other restaurants, you know what I mean, or creating food brands, B2B. There's like a million things you can do in the industry.
There's so much.
Okay. So it's not just the one path of going through a restaurant and, that's it.
Well, people were successful before social media.
Exactly.
And they'll still be after.
No, that's a fair point. Because this is the Gens Talk podcast and we have this conversation all the time, how are your mental health? How is your mental health?
I just talk, so I guess you can go.
Mine's good. I'm in a really good place right now. I'm very happy of how my life is going so far.
Your hair look
That's what it is, man. It's
There's something just weighing
it's a
you down.
reflection. It's all
This is
yeah.
the Gents past. Haircuts will change a man.
100%.
It does.
I mean, like,
100%.
Fresh cuts, yo,
They work.
they do. They do.
I was actually thinking of going that short too.
Do it. It grows back, man. It grows back. I got this about a week ago. I woke up in the morning and said, I wonder how I would look with a buzz cut. I literally drove around. You free? Yeah. Zzz, done.
That's it, eh?
Ooh.
And I had long hair for 15 years, bro.
Yeah.
Can I quickly? It just got me thinking about something. That is a good example of, I when we talk to people and about just like, why did you like, I can do this again because you like, I can do
confidence.
Yeah.
because you said it will grow back,
Yeah.
right? Because you know you're confident in yourself. You knew something is gonna happen, so you can go for it. Same thing with what you're talking about being a chef, content creator, and whatever it is. If you know that you're okay, you go for it. I think I use my example of me going full time, whatever I was doing and everything. I'm like, I'm gonna go give it a shot at the worst case scenario. And it all depends on different like family situations and stuff. But like, I can sleep at my parents' house. I can sleep on a friend's couch. I don't mind begging your groceries at the local supermarket, but at least I gave it a shot. But because I know that, hey, what's the worst? There's the other people that are way worse that won't have a house, won't be able to find a job, and so go for it, right? So that's why you can just wake up and just bzzz, right? But it'd be different for someone else who would be like, my hair is receding. They're gonna be like, this won't grow back, right?
Absolutely.
So it's like thing. But yeah, that just made me think of it.
No, but I think, and that can be applied to our career as well, because like realistically, we all took a shot at doing something different. But if tomorrow, like God forbid, things don't go as well, I can just apply to a hotel and be an exec chef
Bingo.
and still make 6 digits.
Sure thing.
You know what I mean? So we have, trust me, I stress a lot, but I still think that and I'm always like, listen, I'm going to push so hard, I'm going to take risks. But at the end of the day, if I really try the hardest and we've not just over a week, over months, maybe a year, it's really not working anymore, like there's no shame. Like I still love my job. I still love my industry. I can go back and work somewhere and just be a chef again for 10 years, 15 years, whatever I have to. So I don't mind like buzzing my hair because like there's always going to be an opportunity for me to do it again.
What's the line between you've given it your all and now you're just banging your head against a losing goal? Like it's just not working. Like there's a fine line between you're trying and you're not giving up and you keep on trying, and then there's a certain threshold where it's like you should stop. This is just not working.
Well, I think there's a difference between people stopping believing in you and then you stopping believing in yourself. I think if those two are in the same spot, I think this is where you have to like rethink things.
Okay.
Because you know what I mean? Like if I'm thinking of this idea and people are like, this is amazing. Okay, well, I'm going to keep pushing. And then if the same people like aren't answering your phone, maybe you should like be like, oh, maybe it was not that amazing of an idea.
Yeah.
But I think it's the point. I think the threshold is when it's going to start to, speaking of mental health, I think the second it's impacting your health, physical or mental, that's where I think you have to maybe stop it.
Tagging onto that, I take it one step closer. I mean, one step farther is that threshold for me, or what I think about is when whatever you're going for starts negatively affecting the people around you.
That too.
That is the thing. If it doesn't affect anybody, you can go on as long as you want, right? Like you can keep going as long as you want. But like if, for instance, let's say your health is not doing well or you're mentally getting angry and stuff, and now suddenly the people around you are being affected because you're just in a really shitty mood all the time, or you're like constantly bugging someone, and it's like borrowing money from somebody, and they're like, no, stop asking me for money. That's when you're like, hey, it's like now it's someone else's. Now your problem has become someone else's problem. It's different. When if it's just your own problem, that's fine. Like it's like because it's your choice to do whatever it was you're trying to do or what you're trying to go for. But when you start impacting people around you, people, places, things around you that become negative, that's where I think a threshold is. But as long as, like, for instance, if it's all positive, no one's going to tell you to stop either, right?
course.
So it's like when that negative part happens, that's for me the threshold. Yeah.
What about for you?
I agree with what both of you guys said. impacting the health, but I mean, at the end of the day, also impacting your day to day in your life. Like realistically speaking, we all got rent to pay. We all got rent or mortgage or whatever. We all got our car bills to pay. We all got like it's nice to fun experiment and do something new, but let's keep our feet on the ground and just be like, okay, let's do something that is realistically going to allow me to eat tomorrow, buy a new pair of clothes, or just, you know what I mean? Like there also has to be that realistic part.
Well, how do you, there's still the entrepreneurial side of this whole venture of every single thing that each one of you does. You still have to go and find clients. You still have to find brands to work with. You still have to find projects to build, whether you're partnering with someone or doing your own thing. Each one of you is doing a variation of these things. And that's the entrepreneurial side. Is there ever a part of you that just goes, man, I just want to cook. I just want to cook.
I thrive for that. To me, like I think I was I think my parents told me once that when I was a kid, I told them like I wanted to be a boss. Like at like 5. And they were like, well, this is not realistic, doesn't work that way. But 35 years later, I'm like, I think I was right. You know what I mean? Like because I think I had it in me, and I think I could never work for someone again. I mean, like again, I might have to, but I'm gonna try really hard that the only person I answer to is myself.
See, my thing, for example, I like to say I have 3 jobs: private chef, supper club, and content creation. All 3 of the jobs, I cook.
Okay.
So regardless of anything that I'm doing in life, there is going to be cooking involved because I know that it's going to work. I'm confident in what I do. I enjoy doing it. I could do 2 private dinners in a day, run 3 videos, and do a supper club in the afternoon. I'm still going to cook myself dinner because I enjoy doing it. And you don't hear a lot of people say that. A lot of chefs, no, I just go home and I like doing it. It makes me happy. So whatever entrepreneurial route I go for, today, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow.
Sure.
I don't know what it was yesterday. I never thought I was going to be doing content creation 2 years ago. I don't know what I'm going to be doing in 2 years. If we're going to be sitting around here again in 2 years and maybe we're all going to be on completely different paths. You're going to be a Mr. Olympia, you're going to be a model, and I'm going to be, I don't know, whatever. Knock on wood.
But we'll have caviar in the middle.
Yeah, well, you bring that.
He actually has a sturgeon farm.
Yeah, exactly. In the south of France.
He's like, everybody to have caviar? I'm going to make sure it's like
And I'm gonna
available
make it
to everybody.
affordable for
Exactly.
everyone.
Affordable caviar for everyone.
Vote for me.
That's for me. That's for me. Yeah. There's cooking involved in everything I do, and there will be for at least until I know that that's what's going to bring me joy, money, and success.
Yeah.
I think I'm not going to use the word cooking, but I use the word food. I think food for me specifically, and all of us, we all have it, but for me specifically is my way to communicate with people across whatever it might be. Whether it's me cooking a dish, whether it's me going out to eat and enjoying someone else's cooking, or, going next to someone, going to a friend's house and just having, opening a pack of charcuterie and some wine or whatever it is. But food for me is how I learned to communicate with people, whether it was family, friends, people I don't know, right? You can always, everybody eats. So it's like, you might not know anything you want to talk about this person and be like, oh, by the way, like any good restaurants you know around?
Yeah.
Something there you're talking, right? And I think that's the same thing. I remember as one of my first travels as a young cook, I was going to Denmark, and then I didn't speak Danish, right? But I remember this one person, because I lived with like a Danish family, and then the first thing they did was just like give me this thing to eat, and then it's like, oh, and I'm like, oh, okay, thanks, and then it's just like the ooh or the ah, and suddenly we're communicating, right? And that was a very easy way to do it, and I think that's what makes me comfortable around people, is the ability to like have something that we can all connect with. That's no barriers per se.
Yeah, we're all equal around food.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
doesn't matter where you're from, how you identify as, how much money you have. We each need it, and we're all equal around it. And I think I had told the story when I was on the podcast too, that when we go to Germany, my father doesn't speak a word, but around the table there was laughs and smiles, and nobody took they couldn't communicate, but they were communicating through food and happiness. And that's the one beauty of our job, is that we can, like, I said that so many times, like I do that also for smiles and for like warming hearts, because whatever it is, whatever culture, whatever type of food it is, we're all equal around it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What's one thing you're not doing that you want to be doing?
Make more money. Always.
That's the easy answer.
Yeah, no, of course.
That's like putting truffle on anything. That's a cheat code.
Yeah.
A cheat code.
Huh.
I need a few seconds.
Yeah, same.
I want to do more, and I've been thinking about it when I was, like I never breathe, and that goes for my brain. Like I never take time to think. And when I was in France, I was bored because I was going like crazy over my parents. They were like, calm down. Like, you're allowed to relax. I don't know how to do that. But I was actually looking to, and similar to, because we just had chatted before I went, and I want to do more work, giving back more around mental health, like a little bit similar to what you do at Super Club, but maybe more classes where maybe it's around mental health, people struggling for mental health. And that's why I need to reach out to CAMH or somebody. We can organize that, where I just want people who suffer to be together in the same room so they understand they're not alone. So that's something I'm not doing that I want to do this year or years, like the next years, is to do more work and give back more. I'm not doing enough. I'm doing it. I'm not doing it enough. And try to help people while still sharing and still cooking and still food involved. But that's definitely one thing I'm not doing enough of.
I love that. I can introduce you to someone at CAMH or even Movember. They do a lot of work on mental health.
Yeah, I'd love that.
Yeah, I think that could be such a cool initiative.
Yeah,
and just bring people together, and even if it's like a cooking class or something
that's
simple,
the idea.
but like
cooking class, it doesn't have to be difficult.
Just
just talking and be like, hey, you suffer, me too.
Yeah,
because it's like a lot of my friends who are suffering, we all are. It's like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to go through the motions of a therapist or something like that, or healing, because I'm alone. But when you realize that there's millions of us suffering, it's a lot more comforting. So I would love to bring people together so they understand that we are all suffering and we can all get better together. Might as well enjoy it around a plate of food.
And some caviar.
Instagram.
That's how you end it. That's how you make sure people's mental health goes up. No, but seriously, I'll make some introductions. I love the idea.
Yeah.
And if I can help them,
therapy. That's
Food
what
therapy,
there is.
yeah.
Trademark it. I take 5% royalty, and I'm going to use it to go buy caviar. But food therapy, like, it's very true though. It's right. Like I think about what you're talking about, and I'm like, that'd be so helpful to be able to just have a bunch of people. Here, let me take a step back. All of us, if we think about what are some of our favorite times. It's when we're just around people, we're cooking together, crack open a couple bottles of whatever it is, and we're just laughing, cooking, nothing crazy fancy or anything like that, but we're just in that moment, right? It's like, it's great. It's like this and yap, food and yap. And the yap on that part would be, hey, sharing how we're feeling and stuff like that. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, good stuff, man.
What about you?
It's good. Nothing fancy or amazing, like Romain said, but like,
Well, you could be a part of it.
I could.
Take me
I'd
to
do that.
Disneyland and-
I would do that for sure. I'd do that for sure.
Would you do it?
Of course. I do that for
There you
sure.
go. We'll make it happen.
You're doing a great work with this
Yeah,
podcast.
exactly.
to
I'm
be
trying.
honest. Dude, the amount of people that reached out to me after our episode went live,
Same.
I told you this so many times.
That one message was beautiful.
I know. Did I send you
You did.
my grandmother's one?
No.
Okay, well, we'll hit that separately. Because it's time, right? It's getting late. I can't talk about that right now. No, I'll tell you about it later. No, that's a noble cause that you're doing, man. That's great. That's a good thing.
I mean, it's just being grateful at the end of the day. Of
course.
Like, we're lucky.
yeah.
So
We get to sit around here and have a conversation about it. And I was thinking about this. So, really quickly, my dad is dealing with cancer. And yesterday was his first round of chemotherapy. And I walked into the room at Sunnybrook Hospital and I saw what must have been a dozen or so chairs with people just sitting there with the things stuck to them.
Yeah.
And as I was sitting there and thinking about the traffic it took for me to get across the city to get there, and I have this meeting, I'm thinking about this frustration and whatever, and all these different things. And I'm like, these folks, my father included, are probably having the worst day of their life right now.
Absolutely.
yeah.
And that put into perspective for me. And even though I do all the work that I try to do and I try to show up the right way, I still have my moments where I get selfish mentally and think about just how I'm feeling and what I want. But it was a reminder that at any moment, the person that you're talking to or you cross on the street or whatever could be having the worst day of their life.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't know.
I mean, like I've done work with both like cancer, so Princess Margaret, or sick kids. And let me tell you, it really reevaluates your life and your ideas. Because every time I have an issue, and because I've had those experiences with these people, seeing kids suffering or seeing adults suffering with cancer, I had it with my family, so it's a pretty close to me as well. And you're like, oh yeah, I guess my problem really isn't one. Again, I'm worried I don't have caviar on my table. Like if you are going to compare and keep that theme, and people are like, I don't even know if I'm gonna make it tomorrow. Yeah. So puts things back in perspective. Yeah.
Gentlemen, thank you so much for coming back.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for having us.
I was really happy that we were able to make this happen.
Yeah. We did it.
We did it.
I know,
Tricky.
it took a little while. But you know.
Well, you're all very busy men who are doing some amazing stuff in your respective fields and projects and all that stuff, and it's so cool to watch. And honestly, every time you guys post something, every time you talk about your latest project or whatever, don't ever think it's bragging, because it's inspiring. I take inspiration from it. So thank you for doing it.
Appreciate it.
And thank you for doing the work that you do. Thank you for continuing to shed light on conversations around mental health. And let's make that event happen.
I would be so grateful if
Food
that can
therapy.
happen. Yeah.
We'll make it happen. Okay. I'll start the introductions.
I appreciate it.
Done.
Thank you so much, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.